It's me. What do we have? Self-discipline. Personal goals. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. Here's an example of manifestation, okay? Random. But maybe today you can try it out. Start your day with saying, something good will happen for me. Something good will happen to me. Really believe it. Say it, okay? If people are around and you feel weird saying it, say it inside your head. Keep believing it will happen. This is how I started my day. Guess what happened? I got an elephant. Just kidding. That would be pretty cool though if I had an elephant, but I wouldn't know where to put it. Anyways, what really happened is I got a washer. Yeah, a lot of people won't see that as being a big deal, but when you've been without a washer and you've been having to use the laundromat for the last 2 years, you'd be like, oh wow, that's a great gift. Yeah, it was a great gift. A gift. I didn't have to pay for it. Something good happened. So I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. Okay. Anyways, some of you guys are learning self-discipline. Self-discipline. But you feel like you have a lack of direction. This is the Chariot in reverse. Usually when it's upright, it means that there's forward movement. Right now, you're feeling kind of delayed. You're feeling a little stagnant, right? There's a lack of direction, lack of control. Although it does say self-discipline, you're maybe trying to have self-discipline for something, but you're being a little careless or ignorant about, I don't know, let's dive in a little bit more. You do have personal goals, but you have a lot of self-doubt. I just teeter-totter. You know, when you're at the playground, I don't know if they still have them there. I haven't been to a playground in a while. But one kid sits on one side, the other kid sits on the other, and it just like, it's a teeter-totter. I feel that's how your emotions are right now. Okay? Lack of planning, yeah. Lack of forward motion right now. You're kind of playing it safe. You're playing it safe. Yeah. Let's see what they have to say. You don't want to make the wrong move, basically. You feel safe and content where you are at this moment. You know, I feel that if you make one move, I just keep picturing like a pebble on top of a mountain. It's kind of like an avalanche, but with stones. That's what I'm picturing. You feel that it's all going to come down. Yeah. Okay, let me see what those cards say. Okay, so the two cards that fell on the floor were the World in reverse and Three of Pentacles in reverse. Now, from what the first two cards told me, basically you're kind of remaining 10 toes down where you are right now, okay? You're not taking a left, you're not taking a right, you're not going forward, you're not going back. You're just, this is where I am. I'm safe right here, okay? You put your flag right in the ground and you're like, this is where I'm staying for now. You're afraid to move forward, I feel. And it's not because you're afraid of the outcome at this point. You're afraid of the avalanche effect that it's going to have when you finally make this decision. What decision is it? I'm nosy. Okay, so I feel a lot of you guys have disharmony within, maybe disharmony within your family life. You feel like you're working alone. There's a lack of teamwork. If this is at work, maybe your little minions around you aren't working well with you. Maybe the morale is down. Or maybe if it's family life, maybe you feel like you're the only one doing things around the house, the only one bringing in money, the only one putting in effort. There's a lot of conflict. This could be a group conflict or conflict within yourself because this is a disharmony within or within your surrounding. This is making you a little disorganized, okay? Usually you're a pretty level-headed person, but this is kind of like throwing you off your game a little bit, right? So you're seeking personal closure. You feel incomplete about something. I feel what you're searching for is the Ten of Cups, divine love, harmony, a blissful relationship. This is probably what you're lacking right now, and it doesn't always have to be romantic, like I say. It could be family. Maybe you want a stronger family connection. Maybe at work. Maybe you want the morale to go up so everybody can get along and get work done, okay, instead of butting heads constantly. Basically, you're in the idyllic state where all of your dreams, wants, and needs are being met. So maybe you standing still is having a good outcome. You not moving any which way is making people around you happy, okay? It's making you feel comfortable because you know you're not going to fuck up. It's making other people around you happy because you're not moving forward. I don't know how to explain that, but look around you and take a moment and soak everything in. Be patient and truly thankful for all the life's blessings. Take comfort in knowing that you are on the right path. So maybe you just had to take a moment, sit with yourself, okay? Not move, don't say a word. Let's just see what life brings you, okay? You have been sitting with a lot of disharmony and a lot of anxiety. Maybe this is what's on the way, is a blissful relationship or a happy family life, contentment in your life, okay? Dreams coming true. But it's after all this mess that you've been feeling. You've been feeling like you've been sitting in Shrek's swamp for a day or two. Ugh. I seen what he washed in that swamp, and that's not good. Okay? Whatever situation you're dealing with at this time, okay? It has caused a lot of anxiety, worry, and fear, depression. Maybe some of you guys had sleepless nights because of this. Hopelessness, okay? In Ten of Swords, there has been painful endings for you. Maybe this is what caused a lot of disharmony, was certain endings that happened. There was a loss, a failure. You've endured something painful and have multiple wounds as a result. So whatever you just went through has hurt you substantially. And you had to sit with all this discomfort, all this fear, all this anxiety, all this worry, all this disappointment, all this depression, staleness, fatigue. Yeah. It's going to take some time to heal. We can't change the past, but we can certainly play a role in our future. So we cannot change the things that have already happened, which is a given. We should know this by now, right? What's done is done. But we can change our future. We can wake up every morning. We can create a plan not to fuck up the day. Yeah. Make good decisions. Tell yourself something good will happen. It will take time to heal. It does. Okay, but you got this. The Ten of Swords marks the end of your ordeal. Basically, whatever you have been struggling with, whatever you have been dealing with on a daily basis, you have come to the end of this stagnant issue you've been dealing with, okay? Things will only go up from here. Put the past behind you and start moving forward because the light is ahead. So stop focusing on the things that you feel are horrible, okay? I know we all make bad decisions in life, but we can't dwell on them. We have to learn from them, and then we move forward with life, okay? Allow yourself to feel these feelings. Allow them to surface. Allow yourself to recognize how you feel about certain situations. But like the cards basically said, don't get stuck in that feeling, okay? Allow yourself to feel them. Allow yourself to understand the situation, and then move forward. You got this shit, okay? Don't let things hold you back, no matter what it is. And say something good will happen for you today, okay?